So we are going to see a technique called as subset construction technique. Now this subset construction technique is basically used to convert a given NFA to an equivalent DFA. Now in the previous lecture we had seen an algorithm that converts a given NFA to DFA. Here in this we are going to see how a given NFA can be converted to DFA. So suppose M equal to Q sigma Q naught A del, let this be the given NFA. Then the equivalent DFA M1 equal to Q1 sigma capital small q1 A1 del 1 can be constructed using the following procedure. Now the procedure is very simple. Before we proceed, please note that each state in the constructed DFA is a subset of set of states in the given NFA. So it simply means that suppose in my NFA the set of states, that is Q, happens to be Q naught, Q1 and Q2. Suppose these are the three set of states in the given NFA. Then in my resultant DFA, the set of states here would be subset of the states which are there in NFA. It could be any subset. For example, any two states can be, two or more states can be combined. For example, Q naught Q2 could be one state, a valid state of DFA, which is a subset of two states of NFA, or a state individually also can be a state of DFA. For example, Q2, which is state of NFA, can be also a state of DFA, and so on. So basically this is a subset. Okay. So one thing is very clear, that all the states of DFA will be subset, all the states of the DFA will be subset of set of states in the given NFA. Okay. Now how to convert, there is a procedure how to convert the given NFA. So let us see now what are the different steps to construct a DFA. First thing, the set of states of the resultant DFA Q1, so capital Q1, that is set of states of the resultant DFA, and initial state of DFA is small q1, then we initialize them as Q naught and Q naught. This simply means, what is Q naught? Q naught is nothing but it is the initial state of NFA. So initial state of the DFA is equal to initial state of NFA. This is what we do. Initialize the initial state of DFA. This is the initial state of DFA. Initialize it to the initial state of NFA. Okay. And what is Q1? Q1 is nothing but all the possible states of DFA. Now, initially we will not know what are the different states of DFA. It could be subset of any possible combination of states of NFA. But one thing is very clear, initially if we don't know about any other states, we will surely know about one state. So that is initial state of NFA, that is Q naught, will be one of the states of the resultant DFA. Okay. So initial state of NFA, initial state of NFA will be one of the states of the resultant DFA. So with these two initializations we continue. Now let us assume that sigma, that is set of input alphabets, it's suppose 0, 1 for the given NFA. So for each symbol A, so let me consider A as in general representative of this input alphabet. So A can be either 0 or A can be 1. So for each symbol A in sigma, we find out transition of this initial state Q naught on A. Okay. So, with regard to our example, we will have to find out what is del of q naught on A0. We will find out what is this, and then we will find out del of q naught on 1. We will find out what is this. Okay. So, what is q naught? Q naught is basically initial state of NFA, that is surely one of the states of DFA. So, initially we will only know about this one state. So, we find out transition of state q naught on A, okay, where A is representative of each input symbol. So, first on 0, then on 1. So, we will find out transition on 0, then on 1. Now, if any new state B is generated, now here if the resultant state over here that is generated is new, which is now new means what? New means it is not already present in this Q1, then it is new. So, if any new state, let us say capital B is generated, then this new state B is added to Q1 using union operation. So, new value of Q1 will be the old Q1 union B. So, with regards to our example, suppose one of the states generated is B here, and say B is a new state, then Q1 will be the old Q1. What is old Q1? Old Q1 contained only initial state Q naught union this B that we have created just now, we have found just now. Okay. So, as a result Q1 in this case now will be having now two states, one is Q naught and second state will be B. So, this is the second step. First step and the second step will be repeated only once, will be executed only once. Now, step 3 will be a recursive step. So, we will repeat this step 3 over and over again. Okay. Now, you see that Q1 apart from Q naught, which is initial state, has another state B. So, for each new state P in Q1, so for each such new state that is generated in capital Q1, let us call that new state as P, del of that state P on A is determined like this. So, del of P on 0 and then del of P on 1 will be determined. And if yet another state L is generated, L will be added to Q1 as follows. So, new value of Q1 will be the old value of Q1 union union L, not P. Okay. So, now with regards to our example, suppose say L is a new state generated when we considered del of say B on 0. Let us say L is generated and del of B comma 1, suppose new state is not generated. So, since L is new state generated, the new value of Q1 will be the old value of Q1. So, Q1 already contains Q naught as one state and B as another state, and now this new state that is generated L, that will be also added to Q1. So, we have found a transition on 0 and 1 for this state. We have just found out transition on 0 and 1 for this state. Now, since this is a newly generated state, step 3 will be again repeated. Now, we are going to next find out transition of L on 0, transition of L on 1, and this will go on continuing. So, step 3 is repeated until there are no more new states generated. So, this process in step 3 will go on and on till no new states are generated. Finally, the final states of DFA, which will be the final states of DFA. Okay. So, the states of DFA with at least one final state of NFA as member are made as final states of DFA. For example, in the given NFA, suppose Q3 was one of the final states, and say the one of the states generated of DFA is Q naught Q3. I will repeat what I said. Let us say Q3 happens to be final state of NFA that is given to us, and let us say Q naught Q3 is one of the states of DFA. Now, Since Q3, that's a final state of NFA, happens to be one of the member element of this subset, this whole subset state should be considered as a final state of DFA. Okay, so this is basically the procedure to convert any given NFA to DFA. After seeing the procedure, that's subset construction procedure, now let us see how we can put this procedure into practice. So here we have been given one NFA and we are asked to convert the NFA to a given to a equivalent DFA. Okay, so let's apply the procedure and let's find out the answer. Now we begin by saying let M1 equal to Q1 sigma Qi A1 del 1 be the resultant DFA initially. Now one thing is very clear, in the procedure also we said initially we don't know what will be the states of the resultant DFA, but one thing is very clear, the initial state of NFA will be the initial state of DFA. So Qi, that is initial state of the DFA that we are going to draw, we will initialize it to Q0. By writing this I am simply meaning that the initial state of DFA will be same as the initial state of NFA. So Qi equal to Q0. Okay, now what about all the possible states of the resultant DFA? It is very difficult for us at this moment to find out what will be the states of the resultant DFA. But one thing is very clear. Since we have just said that Q0 is the initial state of this DFA, that means Q0 will be one of the states. So initially this Q1 I can very well initialize it to Q0. So although I don't know what other states will be there in capital Q1, but one thing is sure, Q0 will be there as one of the states. Now the procedure starts. Now in this example we can see that sigma given to us is 0, 1. So what we have to do is we have to find out transition of every state in Q1 on 0 and on 1. So it's an iterative procedure. What we have to do is for every state that is there in Q1, you find out what is transition of that state on 0, of that state on 1. Now if a new state is generated in this, that new state will be added to Q1, and in the next iteration again transition on 0 and transition on 1 for that new state will be done. All this let us do by solving. So since Q0 is the only one state present right now, I will find out what is transition of state Q0 on reading 0. So Q0 on 0 it goes to Q0 as well as it goes to Q1. So the answer to this is Q0 Q1. Is Q0 Q1? Now so that means Q0 Q1 is a subset. And since it's a subset construction procedure, I have already told you that in the resultant DFA, the states might be the combination of more than one states of NFA. That's called as a subset. So we have got subset over here Q0 Q1, which means one of the states of the resultant DFA will be Q0 Q1. Now you have to see, is Q0 Q1 a new state which is already not present in Q1? Q1 only contains Q0 so far. So since this is a new state not already present in Q1, we have to add Q0 Q1 to Q1 using union operation. So since it is a new state, we add it to Q1. Also we find del of the same state Q0 on reading 1. Now Q0 on reading 1 it goes to only Q0. Is this a new state? No, Q0 is already present in Q1. So don't have to add this again to Q1. So at the end of this first iteration, the new value of Q1 will be the old value of Q1 union the newly added state, that is this Q0 Q1. So the new set Q1 will now look like this. It will have Q0 as well as it will have a new state, that is Q0 Q1, which is just discovered in the previous iteration. Should we stop? No, because there is yet another state, that is Q0 Q1, which is not yet considered, whose transitions are not yet considered. So we have to go to the new transition. So again do the same procedure. You find out del of this new state Q0 Q1 on reading 0, and then we'll find out del of that same state Q0 Q1 on reading 1. And if new states are generated in this process, again those will be added, and then transition will increase, the iteration will increase for that new state. So let's see. Now del of Q0 Q1 on 0 can be bifurcated and written as, using distributed property, we can write this as del of Q0 on 0 union del of Q1 on 0. So you have to use just distributive property. It is del of Q0 on 0 union del of Q1 on 0. Now this can be further written as, now what is del of Q0 on 0? Looking at this, Q0 on 0 goes to Q0 as well as it goes to Q1. So Q0 on 0 goes to Q0 Q1 union Q1 on 0, where it goes. So if you see here, Q1 on 0, it does not go to any other state. So since it does not go to any other state, what you get is a null set. So the answer to this is just state Q0 Q1. Is this a new state not already present in Q1? No, it's not a new state. This is already present in Q1. So since this is not a new state, you don't have to add it. And continue. Now this can be further written as del of Q0 on 1 union del of Q1 on 1. Now Q0 on 1, Q0 on 1 goes to Q0 itself. So Q0 on 1 goes to Q0 itself union Q1 on 1. Q1 on reading 1, there is no transition actually here. So Q0 on 1 does not go anywhere else. So what you get here is a null state. As a result, you get state Q0. Is this a new state? No, it is already present in Q0. So at the end of this iteration, before deciding should we continue or no, two things you note down. One, in this iteration there are no new states which are generated, and second, there is no other state yet to be considered left in Q1. So all the states in Q1 are exhausted. We have already considered a transition on 0, transition on 1 for all the present states in Q1, and also in this particular transition there is no new state that is generated which can be further added to Q1. So this is the exhaustion. This is a time we should know, we should understand that we have to stop and no further iteration. Finally, whatever we have done, we have to put this into a transition table. So let us begin by drawing a transition table. Now transition table is always states over inputs. So we will have states, all the states of the resultant DFA will be listed here, and all the inputs will be listed here. And what are the different inputs here? Either 0 or 1. What are the different states of the DFA? Looking at capital Q1, there are only two states, Q0 and Q0 Q1. Only two states. Now, how should we decide which is the final state among these two? For that, you need to check your NFA. Find out which state in the NFA is the final state. So here you know Q1 is the final state of NFA. Now, in the set of different states in DFA, if any of the subset contains Q1, which is a final state of NFA, if any state contains Q1 as even one of the element, that whole subset is considered as a final state. Now see, NFA's final state is Q1. Is Q1 present in this state? No. So Q0 cannot be made as final state. Is Q1 present in this subset? Yes. So this whole subset is made as a final state of the resultant DFA. Okay. So we know that Q0 is the initial state, and in transition table we use arrow to show the initial state, and we have just found out that Q0 Q1, this is the state which is a final state of the DFA. Now, so let's fill this transition table. Now, transition of state Q0 on reading 0 is where? So from state Q0 on reading 0 it goes to Q0 Q1. So I am going to simply fill this. Q0 on 0 goes to Q0 Q1. Q0 on 1 goes to Q0. So Q0 on reading 1 goes to Q0. Then Q0 Q1 on 0 goes to Q0 Q1. Q0 Q1 on 0 goes to Q0 Q1. And Q0 Q1 on 1, it goes to Q0. So Q0 Q1 on 1 goes to Q0. So this is our transition table. Finally, keeping this transition table as reference, we have to draw the final DFA. So as we can see, DFA will have only two states. Q0 will be the initial state, and Q0 Q1, which is a subset state, this state will act as a final state of the DFA. Now Q0 on 0 goes to Q0 Q1. So from Q0 on reading 0, I will draw transition to Q0 Q1. So Q0 on 0 goes to Q0 Q1. So from Q0 on 0, I will draw transition to Q0 Q1. Q0 on 1 goes to Q0 itself. So I will draw self loop saying that Q0 on reading 1 goes to itself. Q0 Q1 on 0 goes to Q0 Q1. So from state Q0 Q1, there will be a self loop going to itself on 0. And Q0 Q1 on reading 1 goes to Q0. Q0 Q1 on reading 1 goes to Q0. So this is the resultant DFA. Okay. So this is how a given problem of converting NFA to DFA is solved.